On today's show, clogged kitchen sink drain lines in Houston.
Is that how you'd search it? I think I would search
maybe
kitchen sink stoppage. I'm not sure how the public would do that.
My kitchen sink stopped up.
Kitchen sink clogged, kitchen sink stoppage.
There's stuff coming up in my kitchen sink.
There you go. They're all kind of the same thing.
They are. Well, that's what today's show is all about.
Who told you we're plumbers? We're plumbers.
Richard Sod.
John Eccles here for another week, and we're going to be talking about those clogged kitchen sink drains and how they affect all you people in Houston. It's weird because right now we're becoming that part of time when it gets a little worse. You know, we're going to talk as to why is it worse in the winter. Why is it worse in the winter, Richard?
Well, let's talk about coagulation.
His favorite word.
Yeah,
Big
coagulation today. During the wintertime, when you're putting grease and you're putting pastas or rice or anything that's got a skin to it, they tend to stick more in the winter because that grease does not make it down the drain line very far. And it sits there and grips onto that pipe, and it grips everything else with it.
That's right.
So during the winter, when it's cooler,
that's right,
you're going to get stopped up if you start putting more things like that down your kitchen sink. So what should you not do?
Oh, so definitely we want to try to keep our kitchen sink and the drain lines free of those items. You know, you want to empty grease into a different container, possibly put it in the trash, dispose of it correctly. Those skins, all those sticky things, out of the disposal, out of the drain line, keep it out. You know, because just like you're saying, what's the big word?
Coagulation today, folks.
I can't say that word. So if you think about it, right, when you take butter out of the fridge, it's a solid, right? And as it heats up on the stove, it turns into liquid. Same thing in our pipes, was what Richard's saying, is in the warmer environment that we have in the summertime, that grease is going to stay liquid a lot longer versus the colder times when it's really going to clump up.
Dude, that was a great analogy.
I just thought about that.
That's pretty good. You're sharp today.
Hey, I tell you, though, you know, if you are having difficulties with that, we sell an amazing product that can absolutely help with this, right? Our Bio 1 Drain Maintainer is a great product to help with these kind of things. It's very easy to use and pretty easy to apply. And if you haven't already started using it, you can't. It's not a drain opener, so now would be not the time if you're clogged. But if you know that winter's coming and these kind of things are happening, now's a great time to get a bottle and start that process.
It is. It's natural. It's a bacteria product, and it's not harmful to us, but it's specifically manufactured to eat grease and food waste. And it does an incredible job at eating. And they breed and multiply really quick. So it's actually California approved, which is amazing.
Right.
And this product, we've been using it for years. Yeah. And it really eats all of that grease. But let's say we don't want to use that. Let's say I'm scared of a bacteria-type product, even though we sell thousands of bottles of it. But I'm the guy that's scared of it.
Then what do they do?
Let's use the jet.
That's right.
Tell them about it.
All right, so whenever you get a clog or something of this nature, or your kitchen sink stopped up, however you want to refer to it, so there's two different ways that we can take care of this problem, right? And I got a little saying that I like to say. So you can use our drain cable or our jetter. And I like to say the cable is able, but the jetter is better. Meaning a cable can unstop it, but what it's going to do is it's going to eat a hole and leave some of that coagulation against the walls, right, which can fall and create some stoppages a little bit further down in time. It will unstop it, though. Now, our jetter, which is better, is going to be a high-pressure water system that goes down into that thing and down into your drain line, and it's basically going to pressure wash backwards the walls of your pipe. We like to say that it is the one procedure to your drain lines that will bring it as close to new condition as possible. And it's a great thing to do, especially on your kitchen lines. You know, main lines, it's a pretty good thing to do, especially if you have a lot of buildup. But those kitchen lines that get really abused with these kind of elements and these kind of products, it's definitely something that you want to do if you got a slow drain line. You know, not everybody wants to do it. There is a price difference, but it's absolutely the way to go. Especially if you're like me, I'm notorious. My wife is notorious about putting stuff down that sink that doesn't belong.
Too much grease.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have one of those households, definitely get it done. And man, it's better to do it beforehand. So if you notice that it's slow, don't wait till it's completely done. Go ahead and get it done now. Don't put off today. Or wait, don't put off for tomorrow what you can get done today.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And in saying what John said, when you hydrojet your kitchen sink drain line, that's not something that you have to do every year.
No.
I mean, it is literally, you are power washing the inside of that pipe.
Yeah.
It is almost brand new. It looks like the day that you almost installed it.
That's right.
So to get that much grease buildup in there, it's going to take being a restaurant, typically. But in a residential house, you can probably make that last for years without calling us again and getting it unstuck, unless, and these are big no-nos, you're sticking, again, rice, your pastas, chicken bones.
Yeah.
People like to shove chicken bones, believe it or not, down their disposal.
Especially, yeah.
Don't do it. And especially in the winter.
Yeah.
And it all will just coagulate. Coagulate? There we go. I almost got it wrong. In that piping structure, and you are going to get stopped up.
Yeah.
So avoid that. Scrape everything that you can in the trash.
That's right.
From that standpoint, you're rinsing into your garbage disposal, and the likelihood of you getting a stoppage is going to be prolonged. It could be indefinitely. You might never have one. But the little bit of particles that you're not really noticing on a plate, and it is grease, will eventually, it doesn't go down the pipe. And especially in the winter, it will hang onto that pipe real quick.
Absolutely.
Unless you run a ton of hot water.
That's right. So that's actually a good do real fast is, you know, if you are experiencing that you are dealing with greasy food, make sure you run that hot water for a little bit longer to make sure that, you know, hopefully you're at least assisting it as much as possible.
That applies for the summer and the winter, all year round. Run hot and leave it running if you're going to put grease down your kitchen sink. And that will help push it towards the city. Okay. So if you're doing a lot of dishwashing into the sink, you know things are greasy. And I'll tell you another thing that cuts it really well is Dawn soap.
Absolutely.
That cuts.
Yeah.
I've seen the TV commercials.
Cuts.
Yeah, I've seen the TV commercials. That's what they say.
Soft on your hands, too.
That's right. So, jet machine.
Jetter's better.
Cable machine.
Cable's able.
When you're stopped up, we are here to help you.
Absolutely.
We will get you unstopped, one way or the other.
Absolutely. You know, and as always, that's why we're here. If you have a question, concern, give us a call at our office number, 713-868-9907. We're here 24/7. We are here to help you out, even if you don't use us. That's our famous thing.
You have any questions? Call us. John, Richard, always in. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.